Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here on Monday, April 20th, 2015, at about 16:30 in the afternoon Eastern Daylight Time. Well, before we get to the obligatory story of the bump of the day, it's been an intermittently rainy day here until finally this cold front came through, and now it's cleared out a bit. But I mean, it's windy. I mean, it's like 40-mile-an-hour winds and things. I parked the truck when I went out on an errand this morning the wrong way, and the wind came in, and the door. I was parked downwind, so the door was downwind, and the daggone wind almost yanked that door off the truck. So when I went to my next errand, I parked facing the wind, and of course, which made it harder for me to get out. Plus, I was next to some sort of minivan. So. Indeed, I did go. I made a Walmart run this morning. We were getting low on some things finally, and I found like 5 big chunks of ham for 98 cents a pound. So we're gonna tear into a little bit of that tonight, and then I also got like 2 big pork shoulders. Now they were $1.77 a pound, but that's not too bad for that stuff because that's pretty good stuff. So then I went over to Giant Eagle and got supplies, and then I went to Staples because I needed to buy. I actually kind of needed to buy. I needed to buy some string because I want to bundle up a lot of these magazines and things lying around the place so I can take them down the end of the driveway and have them carted off. But Staples doesn't sell string. So I did. There was another item I needed to buy in there, so I got that. But and of course, the receipt has duly showed up in my email, compared with this big barcode. Should I wish to print it off for whatever reason. So I've worked through all my YouTube backlog, and it's really not been a day you can go out. Well, you could now because it's nice. It's getting nice out now. Oh, it's going to be cool the rest of the week, so that's okay. Hence the 3 layers. Now to get to the real point of the story, it always takes me a while here. I got a letter today from the Ohio Department of Taxation. Let the anglicized Latinizations just roll off your tongue. And it's an identity confirmation quiz. Now, it seems that, particularly with people now filing so much online, there are a lot of people that somehow hijack other people's numbers and will file false returns and claim refunds and things. Well, I didn't file online. I filed a hard copy of the paper form that I filled out while I was online. And I didn't claim a refund. I had overpaid by $603, and I wanted that credited to my next year's estimated tax. So I didn't want any money back. I didn't want anybody to send me a check or anything. But it seems that let's just roll through this piece of government horse shit. Dear taxpayer, Oh, I love it. There's a batch number as well. I mean, the Ohio Department of Taxation has implemented security measures to confirm your identity as it pertains to the tax returns recently filed, or tax return recently filed. This process helps safeguard taxpayer dollars by averting income tax fraud perpetrated through identity theft. Okay, that's all right. As a result of the new process, your tax return has been selected for identity confirmation. The quiz should only take a few minutes of your time, and indeed it will, because they only allow you 5 minutes for it once you go online, once you go to the site. And is the easiest manner to continue processing your return. This quiz is based on information associated with the individual to whom this letter is addressed. And then, okay. Then visit this website at tax.ohio.gov to access the quiz. Now, then they have a YouTube tutorial video, which I watched. And it basically, says what the letter said. You've got 5 minutes once you go. You have to get 3 of the 4 questions right. 3 of the 4 questions right. If you don't, you get a second chance. And if you don't get them right then they direct you to another site where you have to send in hard copies of various materials they want you to, to prove your identity. Well, so far so good. So, what do you need? Well, the reference number on the letter, which is on the letter, and then surprisingly, not the refund amount you want, the refund amount you're requesting. And it's interesting. Refund amount you requested less any donations to the various wildlife funds and so forth they have at the bottom of the return, and or credit carry forward to the next year, which would be, since I want it to be carried forward to the next year, to be credited to my estimated tax, that would be so less. So essentially 0. So I go there and I enter in the reference number, and surprisingly it went right in. This is the government after all. Surprisingly is an adverb that's going to be used a lot. And then the amount went in, and then clicked over, and they asked me 4 questions. Now, the 4 questions were this. What is the height listed on your Ohio driver's license? And they give you 4 heights. Fortunately, they're all separated by at least 2 or 3 inches, so that you can get the one that's actually closest. What was the area code of your phone number? No, what was the area code you were in when you first moved out to where you are? On your current address. Well, it's 614. It's still 614. We're in that little sliver of 614 that's, outside of Franklin County. The rest of it's 740. I mean, the rest of what used to be 614 is 740. And now it's going to have some more, too, because they're inevitably, because of all the phone numbers. Height, area code. And this I thought might be a trick question. The third question was, what year, is your, what year is your Ford F-150 truck that you own? Well, see, I thought that might be trick because I no longer own it. I sold that thing about 5 years ago. I thought, well, maybe that's a trick question. But they did have one of the years that it was. It was 1995, so I answered that. And maybe that was one I missed. And they don't tell you which ones you miss. And then the last one was, what's your current phone number? Which that was easy enough. So, and they said, congratulations, you passed, your identity has been confirmed. I thought, oh, good.
I get my money back.
So that was the government helping me today. And then I had to pay my medical insurance at CareSource, which of course, urged me to pay it online. And so I thought, well, let's try it again. I've only been able to pay it online once 4 months ago. The rest of the time it says an error has occurred, try later. An error has occurred, try later. So I just did it on the phone. Of course, every option, it's like, oh, press 1 to continue in English. That's getting a little old, guys. Just a bit. I'm glad that people come to the country and want to work. I have no problem with that. I'm not one of these guys that says close our borders. But I get a little tired of, oh, which language do you want to continue in? Well, English. Damn it, it's the United States. Okay, well, there we are. So I'm going to say bye-bye, YouTubers.